Hello, Nikki here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to be showing you my attempt at a speed run on Reclaimer with all 13 skulls on Legendary or Mythic SLASO. I did do this with no deaths, so it does qualify as a Mythic run. I was attempting to get myself to get through this mission in 15 minutes or so. I didn't quite make it, but you know, I am an old and crusty warrior, so I'm a little slower than other people. Anyway, to start the mission here, I'm going to be using the same general path or route that No Wise 10 took in his speed run, which is obviously a lot faster than mine. But instead of going straight to the mammoths, we follow this path here down to these two little flat rocks, turn around and back, and what this does is it triggers the mammoth to start moving forward, and we gain a few seconds doing that. And so now I'm running back to the mammoth to get on board. Alright, and sometimes it'll stop this rock, sometimes it won't. No. Sometimes a rock is a pain in the butt for me to get. There we go, finally got on. Alright, I'm switching weapons here to my backup AR, and I'm going to grab this rocket launcher, and because we will be using that in a bit. And come on up here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the jetpack that's available for us. And get on up here by the antenna. And now we get to sit and wait a little bit. Alright, now I'm checking my weapons out. I want my battle rifle as my primary and rocket launcher as backup. And that's what by using the back button, that's what I saw, so we're all set there. And I'm just kind of enjoying the scenery here momentarily. Okay, and there goes the Pelican we have to go after. Now you can actually run this mission in a very safe mode, even with all the skulls on, and run it in about 23 to 25 minutes. And it actually is one of the easier LASO missions. Anyway, while I'm battling on, it was time to get off. As soon as the commander says the Covey's digging in on the ridge, that's our cue to do a sprint jump and boost and coast over to that little ledge there on the right and start running in this path. But as we're running here, you can run this mission very safely with only a couple little choke points in about 23 to 25 minutes or so. But because I'm trying to run it a lot faster, I'm going to be taking much more risks. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to sprint jump to this rock, jump, jetpack up, and to this little ledge. Wait till we get our boost back, and jump on up here, straight up, and then run, run, run. Come off here, hold off on the boost till the very last second. There we go, and then running along this path. We're sort of taking a back door to the target designator. And run over here, grab the designator, go ahead and up on the D-pad, fire the designator to get the first shot in on the particle cannon, because we need 2 to take it out. Jump down to there and back up here, and then you can sprint up to the ghost and haul it back to the mammoth. Oh, I hate that when he does that. Just kind of destroyed my shields there. Alright, so run up here, run, 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 up on the D-pad again. Okay, and we actually made good time back. It took 3 pulls of the trigger to get the thing to fire, which means it was still charging. Okay, so there's the first particle cannon out of the way.
Target suppressed. Nicely done, Chief.
Okie doke. Now I waited a couple of ticks there before I jumped back in the ghost because I was worried about that jackal with the beam rifle. I wanted to make sure that I was out of his line of sight. And now we're waiting for the front hatch here to drop, and sometimes it drops right away, and sometimes it doesn't. And every once in a while it doesn't drop at all, which really ticks me off. Okay, there it goes. I just follow this path. Notice my shields are down, but And I've got to run the gauntlet here. But I'm following this path, and when I get right about here, I coast for a couple of beats to get my boost back, and then I'm off and running again in the Ghost. Just follow this path, follow this path. With Mythic and Tilt on, you know, the shielding's a little bit better, especially with a Ghost with Tilt. Okay, and I survived the gauntlet there. I do that most times. I would say 95% of the time I'll survive that run through the gauntlet. Okay, now I come up here. There's a nice little gap right here. And we want to boost and jump key to get the nose up. So we can get over those rocks and just follow this path around to the barrier. We're going to be skipping the fight for the force field power sources. This is one of the oldest skips in Halo, which is jump through a solid object when you get out of a vehicle. Okay, I jump out and right through the force field. And that's a major skip for this level. Now we just got to run a ways. Okay. We just running. Now we got the second particle cannon coming up here, and we're going to have to put 2 shots from the target designator on it. And when we get past this one little rock here, what you want to listen for is the comm to come active right before the commander says, Gypsy Company, move out. And that's when you want to put the shot on it. There we go. That's shot number 1. Alright, jump in the Ghost and take it up here. It's a little split in the rocks here. Ease it on up here. I might have lost a couple of seconds with that deal. Okay, jump out. And now we're going to get ready for the second shot on the particle cannon. We run back to here. Here's a nice little trick that I found. Run into the wall and hit the boost on the jetpack, and you get extra boost. Alright, flip up on the D-pad. Particle cannon, shoot. As soon as you fire on the particle cannon, shoot the lich. So it'll drop down, and now we've got to kind of boost ourselves down to the top of the lich. Very carefully, because you can die from fall damage here. Shoot that in that direction with the rocket launcher. That takes out the power source, and we've taken care of the lich. And immediately run off the back of the lich and kind of boost jetpack down to here. Into the Ghost. Jump key to get that nose up. And we're going to run into an invisible barrier. We should be okay here. The barrier will disappear momentarily. Okay, now we've destroyed the lich, and we're off and running out ahead of the mammoth. And now we're going to do what I consider a really neat little jump here that I saw No Eyes 10 do. Ease the Ghost up here, slide it over the edge, and I'm immediately pulling myself back to the left, and made it. Okay, boost, nose up here. Okay, aiming right at that diagonal corner. Boost, nose up, jump out, and boost with the jetpack. Boost and coast, boost and coast, boost and coast. Just a little boost, a little coast. And we should be able to make it right over into that corner there, all the way across that gulch. Alright, I got a little lag going on here, but alright. Notice I ran back into the wall and then boosted with the jetpack. We're going to do the same thing here. Watch, I'm going to run into the rock face and then boost. And I go flying up this rock face. For some reason it gives you a lot of extra boost on the jetpack. And that's a good thing to know for this mission and possibly others. I actually had a problem, well, I'll show you here in a minute. I had a problem when I used that technique on another rock face coming up here in a minute, and I actually boosted too far and had to go back and do it again, which cost me a few seconds. Okie doke. We're just running along here. We're running up to the entrance of Sniper Valley to trigger a checkpoint. We get past this little weapon catch thing here and weapon stand, and we trigger the checkpoint, and we just reverse direction and run back the way we came. And we're running back to a cliff face here. Okay, just running along this cliff wall. Kind of bunny hopping and sprint bunny hopping. Okay, and here we go to the cliff wall. And I used that into the rock face approach and went too far, and now I'm back. Kind of missed my little ledge there. So now I'm just doing a jump up here. A jump jetpack, okay. And do the jump jetpack up to the next level right here. And now I can go into the rock face and watch how far up I go. Wow. And across here, boost and coast, boost and coast. Okay, go ahead and sprint into this little rock and boost with the jetpack, and it'll get you back out of that soft kill zone. Follow this path down to this ledge coming out here, this outcropping. Okay, and come right about here. Make sure you got full boost. Jump jetpack up here. You can't do that rock face thingy there. I tried. Okay, poke your nose through the non-existent rock face. Do a sprint jump, and as soon as you get level with that that platform thingy there, go ahead and boost, and then coast, and then boost again. You should get across. Takes a little practice. Okay, boost up here. Sprint jump boost here. And then run down here. And we've just skipped Sniper Alley. Okay, now I did a little bit different jump across that chasm, and that probably cost me a few seconds, but not many. The way I did it, I just feel more comfortable doing it that way. Okay, there is that guy, that sentinel. Here he comes. Sometimes he'll come right away, sometimes he won't, so I might have gained a few seconds there. Who knows? Alright, into the elevator. And down we go. We're heading for the particle cannon network because we want to disable it. We took 2 of the particle cannons out, but there's a couple of more that we need to disable. And that's next on the list of things to do here. Okay. And we just run through here. Straight down here. We'll go through this doorway and then make a right. Seems to be an awful lot of running going on in the Halo 4 campaign, but Forerunners did build big buildings, so just run on down here through this doorway, and then we'll get into the control center for the particle cannon network.
This looks like the place.
And we need to put Cortana in the system so she can disable it. There we go. She's now back in the system. And since I know what's going to happen next, I'm going to run back to a spot right about here, because something's going to grab Cortana after she deactivates the system. And then a light bridge will appear, and then we're off and running to find our good buddy Cortana again. I can't hear what's being said while I'm doing the voiceover, so I'm just kind of guessing when they talk.
Cortana.
There we go, light bridge. Now just haul it through here. Can't really bunny hop too well here. Okay, make a left. Into here, make a right. Sort of a jump and a little jetpack boost down to here. And the door opens and we're going to run into the light. Okay, and then I'm skipping the cutscene, but it does take a few seconds off the run for it to totally skip. And you know, the shields and my DNA and whatever as a chief have just been enhanced by the Librarian, so I can battle the Didact. And as soon as I gain control, I'm going to run over here to this little ramp up, and we're going to grab Cortana as soon as the waypoint shows. Grab her, jump jetpack over here. Okay, sprint down to the get to the far wall and sprint down and bunny hop or whatever down to here. I still have rockets up, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jetpack and try to get the crawlers out of the way with the rockets, and then haul through this open door, dig left a little bit, wait for that door behind me to close, and then into the elevator. Now we're getting ready to go back on the outside, and I'm going to be doing another major skip here, so I don't have to go through the final tank battle.
But what I don't know is what she did to you.
Okay, and we'll ultimately be jumping on the far side of a force field. or a barrier. Okay, I'm right out here and I'm looking for a hog.
7 to infinity. What's our status?
Oh, there's the hog, and I'm going to jump in the driver's seat and haul it back up this way. Now right up to this edge up in here, that there's one little spot that I can maneuver the hog through.
Spot the target for you with the laser.
There we go. And then we're off and running, and sometimes there'll be a wraith right here behind this rock hiding and I get killed, but not this time. And what I'm doing is I'm running up here, moving the hog around, so when I jump out I can run straight for this rock, and again sprint, jetpack up, and you get some extra boost, and I boosted all the way up to the top here. Now I'm going to jetpack and jump, and I'm trying to work my way around to the barrier so that I can, here we go. It's too much of a jump. Okay. Whoa, almost fell off the edge there. Didn't want to do that. And so I'm running here to get behind the barrier, then jump down and use my jetpack boost at the last second to slow my descent. Same thing here. And then we're off and running to a target designator, after the screen freeze, of course. Off to a target designator to
We're at the gravity well.
put the laser beam on the gravity well, so Infinity can blast it out of the Earth, or the Requiem, or whatever you want to call it. There we go. And this is essentially the end of the mission. Now we're going to get through a cutscene, or actually the chief walking away, then a cutscene, as he watches smugly while the gravity well is destroyed. And I'll skip the cutscene, and that's the mission. I hope you enjoyed it. That's my attempt at a speed run. This is Old and Nikki signing off. Take care, everybody.